everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
We're the Garso twins, and we would love if you would subscribe down below. We do a lot of beauty reviews, get ready with me's, but we also do lifestyle videos. Like we have a 5 weekly favorite series that we post every Friday. If you like that, you'd like our channel.
Today is more of a lifestyle video. We are doing our favorite fall favorites video. We love doing this every year.
Yes.
I think we've done it like 3 years in a row now.
No, I think it's like 4 or 5.
Really? Okay, yeah. We love this video. We love fall, and we love to share all the cozy, good, fun things that we love during fall.
Okay, we'll start off with food favorites because they're here. So one of our favorites, we put this in last year's video, is the Trader Joe's salted maple ice cream. We raved about this last year. It came out last year. It's one of my favorite ice creams from Trader's, top 2, tied with the lemon one. It's so creamy. It's just like a salty maple, like it actually tastes like maple syrup, pure maple syrup. And then it has a ribbon of like salted maple flavored swirl. I like ice cream with no mix-ins. Like I like saucy ice cream, not with like bits of chocolate. This is perfection.
I like some mix-ins, but I love this ice cream. It has just such a good flavor. It tastes like artisanal.
Yeah,
it's so hard to describe.
It tastes like it would be from Jenny's.
Yeah. Okay, next is the mini Hold the Cones in Pumpkin Ginger. We've also talked at length about these. They are our favorite Hold the Cones besides the peppermint.
Yes.
Peppermint what? Peppermint chocolate?
Yeah,
the ones during
chocolate.
the holiday season. But these are like a pumpkin ice cream with like the sweetest confectionery what would you call it? Like a coating on the outside, but the pumpkin ice cream isn't that sweet, so the sweet coating like really complements the ice cream.
Yeah.
And then the cone is supposed to taste gingery. It doesn't really.
No, I think it tastes like caramelized though.
Yeah, it has a different flavor. It's so good. These are incredible. This is already our 3rd box this fall season. They're so good.
And then we also make these pumpkin chocolate chip cookies every year. Usually we don't have them readily available, but I'll show you.
We made them.
Yeah, they don't look great because they kind of stuck together. They're that type of cookie that's like cake-like. So if you don't like that, you won't like these, but they're like soft and cake-like cookies, so they do kind of stick together. But they're so delicious. I already had one today.
I had one today too.
I had 2 yesterday. They're amazing, and I have to mention that usually the recipe calls for 1 egg, but we were making these for a get-together with some of our girlfriends, and one of them is vegan. And so we decided to sub for a flax egg because we also don't eat eggs, so it's kind of wasteful to buy them for 1 egg. So we subbed for flax, which I think is like 1 tablespoon of flax seed mixed with 2 tablespoons of water, and you let it sit for like 5 minutes, and it worked perfectly fine. So that was like a good hack that we found out. So these are vegan as well, and they're so good. They're like the perfect subtle pumpkin flavor. Like they're more pumpkin than spicy, and then the dark chocolate just works so well.
Yeah, you have to buy a good dark chocolate though.
So we buy I think they're called Good Life dark chocolate morsels because they don't have any seed oils. They're like very pure. They're like $10 a bag. They're pretty expensive, but they are the best.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Buy good chocolate chips. Okay, next is the Good and Gather Cranberry Jalapeno Dip from Target. So this, I swear, was a holiday as in like December seasonal item from Good and Gather at Target last year, but then it got like rave reviews, and we missed out on it. So I think they brought it back earlier this year. So who knows if it'll like continue to be like a fall seasonal or winter seasonal item. But it's cream cheese with dried cranberries, jalapeno peppers, and white cheddar cheese. I don't know, the combination of the jalapenos with like the tartness of the cranberries and then like the creaminess of the cream cheese with like a little sharpness from the cheddar cheese is perfect.
It's amazing.
Perfect. Like someone was really using their brain when they came up with this dip, because we've tried a lot of the Good and Gather dips and have not been impressed.
No.
Even just dips in general. Like it takes a lot for us to be impressed, but this one is so good, and we knew it. I was like, cranberry and jalapenos, I know I'm gonna love that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a sandwich a long time ago at Witch that had like cranberry?
They had the turkey not turkey
and jalapenos.
Yeah, it was some sort of like Thanksgiving meal sandwich.
Maybe it didn't have jalapenos then.
You could add them.
I'm trying to think of something because I remember this combination from my past from something.
Okay, we have 2 coffee recommendations. This one is a pretty penny. I hope you can find it for cheaper. It's the Death Wish Coffee Co. Pumpkin Chai Coffee, Cinnamon and Cardamom. And it's so good. Like we saw it on the Target app and we were like, oh God, we gotta try this. Like there's nothing more we love than pumpkin chai.
No.
nothing. And so it lived up to the hype. I think it's so good. It's mainly pumpkin, I would say, but you definitely get those chai spices.
I
But
feel
they
like
don't
you get a ton of chai spices.
Oh, I was gonna say it doesn't overpower. Like I think it's well, I guess it's equal parts is what I'm trying to say. It's like the chai spice doesn't overpower the pumpkin, and the pumpkin is still there.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice. It's so good. And they have other flavors, like the gingerbread I want to try for winter.
We just think it's genius that they combine chai seasonings with pumpkin, like pie seasonings.
Yeah.
No one does that. And the actual coffee itself tasted very high quality.
It's organic.
Yeah. So it was $22 a bag, which is really expensive. But it seems like they don't put anything bad or like processed in their coffee.
Yeah,
which is great.
This one is the only one that was that price. Like their other ones on Amazon were cheaper. So hopefully you can find it for cheaper.
And then we talked about these last year, but the Nespresso pumpkin spice cake. So lately Nespresso has just been like too much for my system. Like it gives me like heart palpitations. But the pumpkin spice cake are half calf. If you guys didn't know, the Nespresso people told us that these were half calf. And so I've still been able to drink these, and they are still as good every single year. They just have like the perfect warm seasonings. Like it's not too overwhelming. It's like a nice like lighter roast. So good. It's probably my favorite flavor. I do love peppermint pinwheel though.
Me too.
I can't decide, but one of my favorite flavors that Nespresso
And the
makes.
almond cake one.
Yeah, but they don't bring that back every year. So get these. We've talked about them at length in the past. Moving on to like fragrances. So this one is hilarious, but I don't usually like Meyer scents that much. Berta really likes the Snowdrop one.
Yeah, that comes out in the winter. It's the best one.
But I have never found one I really loved until this one. And I remember this from last year, but I don't remember being as obsessed with it. But it's the fall leaves scent. So we already went through almost like a full one of the cleaning spray. We cleaned last week, and like the house smelled so nice.
It is fall leaves.
Yes, I saw people that were like, this is overly perfumed. Like, that's usually my complaint with Meyers, is like, it is overly perfumed.
Floral ones especially.
And I do think it's a strong fragrance load. Like, I will not deny that. I think they could go a little less, but this scent is so good. We think it smells like fall leaves. So anyways, it's so good that we got the cleaning spray, and then I was like, oh my god, I need this in everything. I have the hand soap.
I have the hand soap too.
And then I also just bought the candle. It's burning really nicely.
Is it good?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you come from a place where there's fall leaves on the ground like we do, they've encompassed that scent so well.
Like
it's fresh.
Yeah, like our brand doesn't really get into like moments in time.
Yeah.
But I sometimes wish we would, because I feel like it's a really incredible thing when you can smell something.
I think now and again for us is a moment in time.
It really does take you back. Like you smell sort of like the dewiness that happens, like the morning dew on freshly fallen leaves. Like when you go into your yard and you're like a kid and you're like crunching on the leaves, and or maybe like raking, and you get like that moisture in there with the leaves. And that's what it smells like. Plus like perfume. Like I don't know how else to describe it besides it's like that fragrance plus fragrance. Like it does smell like a perfumed fragrance.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But nothing like, I don't know, it's so good. You
just go to Target and smell it for yourself before you buy.
Go smell it, but yeah, I'm obsessed with this scent, and that never really happens. Like, I think that I might even buy, this is like a full one because we bought another one, but I might even buy like another backup.
I usually get backups of the Snowdrop.
Yeah, so that I have it for when it's no longer in season. Because I don't know, they should work on their like all year round ones.
I agree. The only ones I like are
good.
this one and then the Snowdrop, and I do like the peppermint and the pine as well.
Oh, the pine one was good too. Yeah,
for hand soap.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we talked about this every year too, so I won't stay here long. But the Capri Blue Spice Cider Candle is one of our favorite fall candles. We get it every year. It really just smells like apple cider.
It's so good, but I will say that I had it last year, obviously, and then I purchased it again this year, as we do every year, and this one does not have as strong of a hot throw, so I don't know what they changed.
Yeah.
But I still want to mention it because it's still such a good scent. It's such a good scent, but I noticed that the hot throw just was way weaker.
But
than in the past.
like in terms of like Target candles, we do buy some of their seasonal candles, but a lot of them can lean more artificial, and this one isn't, so that's why I like it.
Me too.
And then we wanted to mention, it's not going to be done by the time this video goes up, but we are launching our Dyad Fall candle. It's called, well, we can reveal the name, right? Yeah.
I guess we can.
It's called Signed and Sealed, which is like an ode to
a nod to You've Got Mail.
Yeah, because signed and sealed, but then also the song like signed, sealed, delivered. You get it, and it's so good, but it took us a while to get here, so it won't be launched by the time this video goes up, but I'll link our website down below. You guys can sign up for like our newsletter, and then you'll get alerted when that one launches.
We literally have the photography done. We've had the name done. We've had the bottom labels forever. We've just been like perfecting this scent.
Yeah.
But we were like, we're doing this, so we proceeded with everything.
Yeah.
Like as it was almost done.
I think we're gonna launch it hopefully like early November. We'll bring you and yours back at the same time, the holiday candle. So they'll both be available for purchase at the same time. I guess we don't want to like tease the scent too much. I know we did talk about it somewhere, I forget.
But we just wanted to call it out that
it's coming.
If you want a fall candle a little bit later into fall, it's yours.
Just a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay, my fall perfume rec is Almond by Caswell and Macy. So I've like raved about this. I've used so much of it. That's one thing I'm surprised I've gone through it so fast. I don't know why. I don't usually do that with fragrance. But this smells like an almond dessert, but like it's light and airy. Like it's not cloying or sweet like an almond, I don't know, like a true almond gourmand.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not super gourmand.
Yeah, like I don't like that. This has
it's like a fresh gourmand.
Yeah, it has like a lightness to it, like airy. It's airy. It's airy and it's almondy. It smells like almond though, like almond extract. It doesn't smell fake, and it's so good. And for some reason, also this component is really nice.
Yeah.
I think it was it $30 or $40?
It was like 35 maybe.
Yeah, so I definitely not cheap for like a travel size, but the glass has really nice clarity, which I think means it's from Europe, and it has like this nice like the crimp neck. We just like notice these things because we worked in the industry, but it like really crimps on there nicely and has this like curve. I don't know, it makes it look like elevated.
It does.
And then the sprayer is really nice too, and the cap does not come off. It has like a nice inner cap that keeps it sealed. So overall, really nice travel component. They do have a full size, but that's like $200.
Yeah.
I cannot afford that. But I would love to get it someday because to me this is just a fall scent. Like I actually purchased it in the summer, late summer, and I was just like, oh, I can't wait for fall because it just reminds me of like cozy, like cuddly, like vibes, because it's kind of like a gourmand adjacent, you know what I mean? It's amazing. I usually pick like really deep scents for my fall fragrance. Like I wore Autumn, what is it called? Autumn Vibes.
Yeah,
from
Replica
last night, and I do really like that. But like I'm into like these like lighter fall scents this year. And then mine, I don't have it because I ran out of my like small size that I had, and I'm gonna repurchase it during the next Sephora sale that starts at the end of October. So it's Kayali Vanilla 28. In my opinion, it's the best vanilla I've ever smelled, and I know a lot of people agree. I feel like it's really big on TikTok. It's like a very warm and spicy and deep vanilla that definitely is vanilla forward, but I wouldn't say the vanilla is overpowering, and it's not too gourmand. It's like super well balanced. They say that it's called Vanilla 28 because it took them 28 revisions to get it right, and I feel like you can tell that a lot of work went into this perfume. So as I was saying, sorry, there was a dog interruption. I feel like you can tell that they put time and effort into this fragrance because it doesn't smell like any other vanilla I've ever smelled. Like there's so many complexities to this one, and I really think that everyone likes it. I've never met someone that has smelled that perfume and didn't like it. So it's fantastic. So random, but we talked about how we listen to these jazz videos on YouTube. They're like a AI scene with jazz music in the background, and there's one specific that I've been listening to because it's a nice light jazz. A lot of the fall ones have rain.
We were just talking about this.
And we don't like that, like fake rain sounds. It's not comforting to me. I don't like rain, so maybe you like rain. But so to find the fall ones that don't have rain is kind of hard, and this one doesn't have rain. It's like a nice upbeat jazz, kind of like happy, and it has this like glowing Halloween pumpkin head in it. It's like this little cafe with this pumpkin head, and I've been putting it on like every day. I love it. So I'm going to link that down below because
we'll link the Cozy Vibes playlist too.
Yeah, we can link our whole playlist, but this one specifically I spend my like go-to for fall because I actually do kind of want to find one that's like Halloween-esque, like kind of scary.
Yeah, spooky.
But I haven't found that yet.
And then Gilmore Girls. We always do the Gilmore Girls rewatch every year. I think I started early this year because I know that Hallmark Christmas movies start in October. So I was like, I'm gonna try to like wrap up Gilmore Girls at least by the end of October, so then I can start on Christmas.
Oh, that was your intention? Because
That was my intention,
I
yeah.
started it a little after Berta, but I'm zooming through it.
You're more, you watch more than me.
Yeah, and because Berta watches a lot of other stuff. And I'm now like, oh no, like I'm gonna be done with this probably like by
You can get on the Christmas movie train.
November. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out because I just watched You Jump, I Jump Jack, which is the best in the whole series, the best episode. And that's also a really like fall-esque episode.
Yeah,
because they're
it
in like
is.
the woods.
The dogs are doing something.
I know. I need to look up because I know they filmed that last part of that episode in Griffith Park. But
Yeah.
they definitely must have filmed the part with the tall trees in Northern California because we don't have trees like that here. So I was gonna look it up to see
Maybe.
where they filmed that because it was so pretty. And then Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I binged this also last fall, like in between Gilmore Girls. I started with every single Halloween episode of Sabrina in October 1st. Highly recommend doing that. All the Halloween episodes are so full and so fun. Like they all I love how different the Halloween episodes are. If I'm remembering correctly, there's like a Halloween episode season 1 and then I think season 2. I think they might skip a season. But basically I think there's like 4 or 5 total and they're all different, but they're all so fun. Like my favorite one is when she works at the coffee shop and she's like, I'll work on Halloween, it's fine. And then she pours that coffee that she made down the drain and all these like dead zombies come alive.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
That's a good one.
I love the Halloween episodes, so highly recommend watching them during the fall. They give you like that spooky season, but not like too scary. It's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And then in between the Halloween episodes, I would like turn on some of the more like fall themed episodes. Like I love when she goes to college. I feel
Yeah, the college years are really good.
I feel like all of those are really cozy and fall-like. So just along with Gilmore Girls, recommend Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's so good.
Also, I'm just gonna say I did a blog post last year talking about all my favorite TV Thanksgiving episodes. I rated each one. I put notable guest stars for all of them. I was really proud of that blog post. So I'll also link that down below for when Thanksgiving rolls around and you want to watch some TV.
Okay, and lastly, books. So we had a plan to like read a lot of fall books, but I don't know. It just
No, the plan's working, but
yeah,
I
we're
just
still
didn't
doing
love
it.
any of
Yeah,
them.
exactly. I think we found it's a little hard to get into them.
Yeah, I just haven't loved any.
Same, but I did really like mine, so I wanted to mention it, and Britta's gonna mention hers. So this one's When the Crow's Away. I don't know the author off the top of my head. It's Arlene something Wallace. But this is a 2-part series, so it's the Evanfall Witches B&B #2. So I was scared that not scared, but I was worried that if I read this, I wouldn't understand it because it's #2 in a 2-part series. But I just got the first book from the library, so I started with this one, and that's fine. They actually can be read separately. I picked up pretty early on that it centers around a witch. I assume she's late 20s. They never said her age, and her parents have died, and she lives with her 2 aunts, and they own a bed and breakfast in a small town. Like, it's very Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I just talked about how much we love Sabrina. So right off the bat, I was like, I love this. Like, they're 3 witches. Her aunts are like kind of like funny, like they have really different personalities, but they're like both great, and they own a really cute bed and breakfast, and one of her aunts is like she uses her magic kind of through cooking. So another thing I loved about the book, which surprised me, is that they describe food so well, like almost Ellen Hilderbrand.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the best at it.
Yeah, like I feel like they like described everything had me like salivating. I was like, oh my god. And basically you learn that Bryn has been through a lot. She lost her, well, I actually don't know if this happened in the first book, so I won't say what happened, but she's been through a lot, and her power is that she can see and speak to ghosts, but she lost her power when she was going through something, so she recently got it back, and this candy shop owner ends up dying in her town, and she speaks to him, and he's like, I think I was murdered, I don't think I died of a heart attack, can you help me figure this out? So the book is her sort of like trying to figure out who murdered this sweet shop owner, and it's really good. It's not scary at all. It's like a cozy murder book. Like, it's so good. I almost gave it 4 stars. But the reason I only gave it 3, and I gave it like a 3.8, is because I felt like I wasn't reaching for it. Like, every night when I'm really into a book, I like have to read it. And this one just didn't draw me in. But when I was reading it, I was like, oh, I love this. Like, I loved her. She's a good protagonist. There's a witch hunter in the book, which is just like Sabrina too. How there was witch hunters. Like, I loved all the elements of it. There's like a crow named Dog, and it was just like funny, kind of like Salem and Sabrina. So everything was really great. It just didn't draw me in as much as my romance books, but really great read for fall. And I'm excited to read the first one actually, because I think it's just a different story with the same characters.
My favorite like witchy fall books that I've read, and I've read quite a few now, are The X-Hex and The Kiss Curse. So I just finished The Kiss Curse. The X-Hex I read last year, and it's called the Glen Grave series. There is going to be a third one as well. And basically it's this town called Glen Graves. I forget where it is. I want to say Massachusetts, maybe Vermont, somewhere on the East Coast. And they have Penhaven College there, which is a college for witches and mortals. So it's a town mixed with witches and mortals, which is interesting.
But yeah, I should say that this town, they're the only witches in the town.
Okay, yeah. And so this family owns this store called Something Wicked, but they only sell like cheeky Halloween goods, and it's a group of women that owns the store. Gwen runs it, and her cousin Vivi lives in the town as well. So the first book focuses on Vivi and her journey as a witch and her like romantic life. She meets a boy. I don't want to give too much away, but in the second book, The Kiss Curse, focuses on Gwen, which I like. This is like a la Abby Jimenez, where she takes like two people from one book and gives them their own story. So I love that when people do that. And The Kiss Curse is about Gwen, and she meets her rival Wells, who opens a store across the street from hers, but he caters more towards witches. Like he'll have actual like, I don't know, witchy spell type of things in his store, whereas like I said, Gwen's is more like cheeky for tourists. And it's an enemies to lovers romance, which is my favorite. I love both of them individually and together, and basically they have to work quickly because someone is trying to steal Gwen's magic. So I love that you have like the spookiness because they're witches and they live in this town, but then you also have the romance. I love her writing style. Erin Sterling, I believe, is it Erin Sterling? I think is her name, or am I getting that confused?
We'll definitely link them down below.
Yeah, but this is definitely my favorite fall series. If you have any recommendations, I would actually still like some.
Yeah, me too.
Because I added a bunch to the library and then they become available, but then the reviews are so mixed that it's so hard to know. Yeah, Erin Sterling, she's the author. So let us know some of your like favorite fall books down below.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know all your fall favorites.
Yeah.
Anything cozy, fall related, we want to hear about it. And we hope you guys have a great fall.